while I know that isn't an attitude to have, it's just a reality. And the world was saying to me the other night, chill your boots, it's a marathon. And yeah, we all know that, but my marathon's been going for 43 years now, okay? I need to start thinking about that finish No one wants to watch you brushing your teeth, really, do they? We'll cut that out. Right. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Oh, I'm so glad you've come back. It's Saturday. It's come around really, really quickly, hasn't it? So, I thought what I would do is just a day in the life kind of a vlog, weekend of the life. Just getting ready because I'm going to drop the children off at their grandma's house, and today's really, it's just going to be a day where I get some chores done. So I'm going to stop off at B&Q and pick up a few bits and bobs that I need. I need some more potting soil, and I have just bought a new, well, I say just bought, it's just arrived. I ordered it months ago, but these things happen. A Montessera, is it Montessera? Monster, I don't know why I do this to myself. I should really prep and know the names. I've got a cheese plant, and it's just acclimatizing over in the corner there. Because it was a bit bashed when it arrived, so I need to go and get a wood stump that supports its growth, because I know that these ones are quite quick to grow and they need the support because already it's leaning. Yeah, and so I've just been in touch with someone for a friend of a friend for some advice on how to set up a small business. And yeah, just kind of getting my head around the administrative side of a startup. I have also, interestingly enough, been reviewing sewing machines and an inventory. I obviously need to have some stock, so I've been reviewing. I have researched a really good fabric supplier, and I have some fabrics ready to go. And also just kind of reviewing how I'm going to store everything, because we don't have the storage. Obviously, I don't want to kind of go over the top. So as much as I would love to have the, I've got all these lovely ideas of how I want to store things, but in reality, we live in a 2-bedroom flat, and while it's not small, we don't have the storage space. So I'm just going to use a couple of big tubs until I have to think about expanding, or what I'm going to do if I go to a workspace or whatever. But those are things to think about. But initially, I just need somewhere to store the inventory until things get popping. And what else? I've been looking at some short courses as well in pattern cutting and sewing. Just, I'm intermediate. I need to be advanced if I'm trying to be serious about this clothing line. While it's all lovely that I can make these items for my children, they don't care when they're just ruffling around in nursery and school. I reputation, a better brand to think about. So yeah, invest in yourself and enhance those skills that I already have. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice just to have a little weekend day out with me, just sort of pottering about, doing my chores, and we shall see how the day goes. I guess what you could say is I am now on holiday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, little jubilant rejoice there. So just dropped them at grandma's house, did a few chores for grandma, changing light bulbs, emptying bins, recycling, that kind of thing that you got to do. You got to keep the in-laws in check, in place, happy. They're all good. They're now running around that environment, screaming their heads off and running around like headless chickens, so that's good. They're excited, you know, there's so many rooms, well, I say so many rooms, but it's just different space for them to go and knock about in. And yeah, and it's just nice to have a breather because I don't get them often. You know, okay, doesn't matter about the other situations, okay? My life is my life, and it's not all easy, even if I have got things relatively well going good for us. But I need time to just recharge and have a moment's recuperation. I don't care how long it is. I don't care who I have to rely on for that. But I can't just be go all week, all weekend, constantly using my brain and my energy with the children. So I'm now going to go and do my chores. Yeah, see where the rest of the day takes us. So why don't you join me and enjoy? So I've just got back from the shops. I didn't go to Tesco's in the end because I don't know if it's the same where you live, but it is chocker. There is a queue all the way around the building. So I just thought, nah, sack that. Whatever I need, I'll either order online or I'll get locally. So I did just stop at B&Q, got some soil to repot a few things, and a few little plants just to kind of fill up some space around the house. I can hear Lowell is in a lounge already. He's been there for 2 hours probably, playing his Formula 1 game. We will not go into that at the moment, but he's in a league apparently, so he's obviously practicing because there's a league race on Monday. Not that watching it is enough, or supporting the drivers, he has to also be involved in playing the game. So anyway, leave him to it. So yeah, cup of coffee, reheat the coffee. As you know, girl likes to reheat her coffee, and something to eat. Oh, Jesus, that's what I needed to get. Milk and bread. So yeah, I just picked up a little spider plant that needs to go and hang up in the living room. And I have this poor aloe in our bedroom. It's been trashed so much, so I'm gonna try and give it a little playmate to accompany it in its growth. I might just pop the two together and just leave it at that because it has been torn apart. And a little bit of food because I think they need it. Some of these plants need a little bit of nourishment. Yeah, I feel like I'm quite behind actually. Like I say, it's 11:30. Doesn't leave me with much time. But anyway, we shall persevere. First things first, I have put aside having something to eat until a bit later because Lowell hasn't had anything yet. So I might just order us something, a little takeaway, just to treat us for lunchtime. However, the spot here in the corner, the hanging basket spot, I need to replace for a third time. Now, I don't think that it's anything that I'm doing because this room is quite stable, it's quite warm and it can be quite cool during the day. So I don't think is anything that I've done. I think it has to do with the fact of how these plants have been delivered, because I've ordered them off Amazon before we couldn't get to any shops. Now, I ordered at first a string of pearls, and they were beautiful, but I think with a string of pearls, they are just so delicate that they just didn't last the delivery, I feel. And once I put them in the pot, I think the shock from coming from the garden centre to being delivered to my place was just enough for that poor little thing. So that died within a matter of days. And so I then replaced it with a fern, which also took the same route. And so that was recovering in the bathroom. There is a little tiny piece of green, fresh green, that is hanging on, and I am misting that baby. I'm misting it every day just to keep it alive. But it seems happy. It's not withering anymore in the bathroom. So let's just see what happens if I keep it there until it gets a little bit warmer and I can transfer it somewhere else. So I've got something a little bit sturdier, and we've just gone for a spider plant. And actually the contrast is probably not a bad idea as well, because that green is just gorgeous. So I'm just going to go and pop that into the basket here and say and pop it in, because normally I just stand on the bed, which isn't great. And actually this is good. So in she goes. Welcome to your home, to your spot in my room. Let's just get some of these leaves. Come on, next, it's the curtains. Gotta get the curtains down. In need of some inspiration today. I'm just completely slowly. I just seen me take the curtains down, and now I'm like looking at the task in hand, and it's no biggie. I just can't be asked. But anyway, that's not the attitude to have, is it? Because really what I should do is replace them. But I do plan on refurbishing, well, I say refurbishing, but there is going to be an element of restyling going on over the next couple of months. So I'm like, I love this colour. We love this colour. Do we all? But the thing is, they don't have them. These are from IKEA. I don't believe they have them in the length that we need them, because obviously, so these are 145 by 300. I might just jump on the website now and have a look, because obviously we've got really high ceilings, and so having these curtains has been a godsend, and we really like them. So hey, I've got to keep them going. So I could just go and buy a new pair now, but I want to hold off for a little while. And so then it calls for me to do some repairs. Now, the thing is, the combination between the kids swinging in between the curtains and me yanking them across has caused this big old gash. I mean, come on now, that's just ridiculous. I should just throw them away. It's not very minimal. It's not very, it isn't very conducive to that sort of zen environment, but you know, needs must. And I have already tried to sew these once already, but there's 3 curtains now that need it, so probably I should just replace them. But the frugalist in me is saying, nah, just sew them up, girl. No one needs to know. I mean, obviously you know now, because I'm telling you. Let's just sew them up and give them a little longer in the old hangers there, okay? Right, let's get on with that then.
the shelving and the area where I sit and work from, we realized that, my God, the frame was kind of falling at an angle. And we had no idea because it was all top heavy. So what started off as just us moving a few boxes, turned into us literally cleaning out the whole of the cupboard. And
then I treated us to a little bedroom picnic and watched a little bit of trash TV, and before long it was time to go and get the kids. Now, there is a part 2 to the weekend and I will be posting it very, very shortly, so do please stick around, click like, subscribe, and if you're interested, let's go!